Hello everyone and welcome back. I've tried to start this video a couple of times. It just descended into me coughing, so I'm going to try and get this video done. I still sound really terrible. I still sound out of breath. I've had this horrible cold thing that's been going around recently and my voice hasn't recovered. And I've still got a horrible cough. So we're just gonna try and power through so we can get this video done. Today I'm going to talk about my 2022 challenges and how they ended up, and my plans for 2023, because I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. It is the 28th of December today, but I think it's safe to say that I am not going to hit 100 books this year. I am not going to end the year with fewer books on my TBR than I started the year. I'm not going to complete my TBR challenge, I'm not going to complete my reread challenge, and I'm not going to have acquired fewer books than I have read this year. So yeah, things have changed on this channel. I've got to accept that my challenges are going to have to be done differently in future, and that's what we're going to be doing in 2023. So first of all, I did not read 100 books this year. I'm on 92, I think. 2022 was, let's just say, it was a bit of a year. There was a lot going on away from YouTube, which kind of sapped my energy for reading for quite a chunk of the year. So things have picked up now, and I'm hoping that next year I can read 100 books again. So next year's challenge, I am going to set myself to read 100 books again. I am going to scrap my 12 off my TBR and 12 rereads challenge. I'm just not doing them. I'm not even going to wrap them up. I still have 2 books from The Expanse, which is sat here to read. I finished on book 6, which is a good place to stop, I think, because that is what really one arc. Books 7, 8 and 9 take place 30 years in the future. Book 9 is out in paperback in February, I think, so 7 and 8, I'm going to try and read those before the paperback comes out. If I don't, I will still buy the paperback and just read it whenever. I did actually reread quite a few books in the end. I did a lot of comfort reading, so there was quite a lot of rereading going on, but not part of my reread challenge. Next year for rereads, I'm not setting myself a strict thing. Obviously I want to finish The Expanse. I also would like to reread Mistborn in its entirety because I've just started The Lost Metal. I need to reread Mistborn. I'm going to reread the original trilogy and then the other 3 books, so it's not 12 off my pile of books to reread. It's just a case of, let's reread these because you want to read the last book in Mistborn, or the last book in stage 2 of Mistborn. Okay, so that's my 2023 rereads. So for 12 off my TBR, I am still looking at The Shadow of What Was Lost, which has been on that list for 2 years now. I do have the audiobook, which I'm going to be starting in the new year. I'm not going to give myself a challenge for books off my TBR, but throughout the year as I'm reading, I am going to try and read some of the older stuff. So reading The Shadow of What Was Lost will take off a book 2017, I want to say, I'm not sure. So I am going to look at my oldest stuff, but I'm not going to be setting it as a challenge. For my other books, starting the year with more books than I started last year. Now that is something I would like to tackle in 2023, is the TBR. Between sales, Orbit has a lot to answer for. I bought 20 books in one go. I've received books for Christmas, which I am thrilled about, and I've just bought some books in the Waterstones half price hardback sale. It's 5 of them actually. So the TBR has expanded. I'm not quite sure of the exact number because I need to update my spreadsheet. 150-ish, which is a lot more than the start of last year. So for 2023, I would like to get that down. And just saying get that down doesn't give you, I find you need to state what your plan is. So I'm not going to go into SMART goals. We're not doing that. Basically, I would like to get my TBR to 100. And 100 to 110 I will accept. So 100 is the goal. Under 100 would be amazing. But I like having a good pool of books to look at, to choose from, to read. But what I am finding is I want to read my Kindle more and more. The 99p sales, I get those a lot. So one of the things I would like to do is, I've ended up with hardcovers, paperbacks, where later on the book has appeared for 99p on the Kindle, and I've bought the Kindle version. So I think one of the things I would like to do is go through and bump those up on the TBR. So I'm going to read them on the Kindle, but count them as a physical copy, almost. And I don't know how this is going to work, but I would like to set myself up a little token scheme, because going on a complete no buy is not going to work. I will do it for a couple of months and then I will buy 30 books. This is how I work. So I thought, I bought this mug a while ago. Someone pointed it out to me on Amazon, so I bought myself a copy. And I was going to look around for tokens, but then I realised what a perfect size 10p piece is. So I've just got this little baggie, and I've been dropping my 10p pieces in as I get them. So I'm going to try a token thing for purchasing books next year, because I would like to end the year with fewer books on my TBR than I started the year, and I would also like to have bought or acquired fewer books than I read. So cutting down on the TBR. So I'm going to use this mug as my little token thing and drop 10p pieces in there as I succeed. So not going on a complete no buy. What I thought was, for every 2 physical books that I read, I drop a token in. And for every 3 Kindle books I read, I drop a token in. And if I find that works really well, maybe next year or the year after that, I can set it stricter, 3 books, physical books to a token. I didn't want to make it too strict straight away, because we all know how well I stick to things like that. So I'm going to give that a try, and I'm using, if it's a book, it counts. So if it's a novella, it counts. I'm not going to be too strict. If it's a short story I've read on my Kindle, I'm not counting that. But even a novella, yeah, I'll count it. So we'll try. We'll see how we go at the end of the year. I will update my spreadsheet so I have an exact figure for how many books I have. And hopefully at the end of the year I can come back and say, yeah, I've actually hit my goal, which will be great. So a few little goals, and of course SBFBO. Let's not forget about SBFBO, which is the reason why I'm not doing all the big challenges going forward, because I'm really enjoying being an SBFBO judge, and the way I see my channel is it's a hobby, and I do things while I enjoy them. And at the moment, I love being a judge. It's so much fun. I love the interactions, the reading, making the content, talking to the other judges, interacting with the authors. It's a fantastic community that's built up around it, and I'm loving it. And my focus is going to continue to be on that for basically as long as I can. And when I get to the point where I don't want to do it anymore, I'll bring back the other challenges. But I stopped doing the Stephen King reading month because I was becoming a judge and I knew I would need the time for that. And I'd sort of reached the end of useful content, I felt, with my Stephen King books. So content always changes on this channel as I find things fun and interesting, but there is still such a wealth of self-published books that I want to get into. And although it's a bit more nebulous, it's not actually a definable goal. I would like to do more reviews on my channel. I would like to do more self-published reviews outside of SBFBO. So I'm not going to give myself a figure, but last year I only did a handful of non-SBFBO reviews. I would definitely like to do more throughout the year this time around. So YouTube video wise, I'm going to stick to the 2 uploads a week schedule for the moment. That may change again. I may find I have more content and put it up. But what I also thought was, if I do a vlog, it will fit in on the Friday of the week. So my usual days are going to be Sunday and Wednesday. And if I have a vlog, it will go on the Friday. Excuse that click, that was my finger. So less stress on myself for next year. plenty to read, and an acknowledgement that I am finding that I want to read my Kindle more and more. And well, we'll just see how we get on with this. So there's not going to be big wrap-up videos, there's not going to be how I did my challenges, this is it. So yeah, that's 4 videos I haven't had to make. I'm still not feeling great and my voice is going, so I'm going to end it here. I would love to know how your year went for reading. My top 10 will be coming up. I need to finalise it, and I would love to know what plans you have for reading in 2023. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.